You can turn $50,000 a year into a six-figure investment portfolio. Sounds impossible, right? Well, I'm here to tell you it's not only possible, it's actually quite achievable. And I'll show you exactly how. Warren Buffett, you know him. He is one of the richest people on the planet. Once said, "If you cannot control your emotions, you cannot control your money." And he's right. Because building wealth isn't about making six figures. It's about being smart with what you have right now. Look at these two people, both making $50,000 a year. Fast forward 20 years, and one has over $300,000 in investments, while the other has nothing. What's the difference? It's not luck or inheritance or some get-rich-quick scheme. It's understanding the power of consistency, momentum, and making your money work for you, even when you don't have much of it. So, let's unravel this. But hey, if you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and tap the bell icon. You don't want to miss all the good stuff we've got coming your way. Did you know that someone making $50,000 a year who invests just 15% of their income could have over $1 million by retirement? Or that Warren Buffett, now worth over $100 billion, made 99% of his wealth after the age of 50 through the power of compound interest? The same power is available to you, regardless of your income. You might be wondering, but how? How does someone with an average salary build wealth when there's rent to pay, groceries to buy, and seemingly endless bills? The path to financial freedom begins with what I call the snowball effect. Imagine creating a tiny snowball at the top of a mountain. At first, as you roll it downhill, it grows almost imperceptibly. But as it continues rolling, it picks up more and more snow at an accelerating rate, eventually becoming massive. Your investment journey works exactly the same way. See, the average American saves approximately $5,400 annually. If you invest that $5,400 yearly in market index funds with an average return of 7%, you'll reach your first $100,000 in roughly 12 years. That may sound like a long time, but here's the fascinating part. Around year 10, your annual investment returns actually surpass your yearly contributions. In concrete terms, if you've been consistently investing $5,400 each year, by year 10, your investments will be generating more than $5,400 annually on their own. This is the inflection point where your money starts working harder than you are. I know what you're thinking. 12 years? That's a long time. How do I speed this up? Glad you asked, because I've got 3 game-changing strategies to supercharge your financial snowball. The first strategy involves optimizing your expenses to fuel your investment engine. This doesn't mean living on ramen noodles and never enjoying yourself. It means making intentional decisions about where your money flows so that more of it can work for your future. Let's talk about subscription services. Those sneaky little money drains we barely notice. The average American has anywhere from 5 to 12 subscriptions, adding up to around $220 a month or $2,640 a year. But here's the thing. If you take a few minutes to audit what you actually use and cut out the rest, you could easily free up $1,200 a year. Add that to your $5,400 base savings. And now you're investing $6,600 annually. That one small move shaves almost 18 months off your journey to $100,000. And the long-term compounding, huge. Now, let's talk about the biggest expense for most people, housing. No, I'm not saying you should move every year, but smart housing choices can be a total game changer. Something as simple as having a roommate for just 3 years could save you anywhere from $400 to $800 a month, depending on where you live. If we go with a middle ground estimate of $500 a month, $6,000 a year, and stack that with your subscription savings and base investment, you're now putting away $12,600 a year. At that rate, you'd hit $100,000 in under 7 years. And here's the kicker. Just 5 years after that, you'd be looking at over $250,000. The second way to build wealth faster is pretty straightforward. Make more money. I know, easier said than done, right? But here's the thing. While cutting expenses has a ceiling, your earning potential doesn't. So what did I do? I looked at what skills were in demand and just started learning. YouTube tutorials, free online courses, community college classes, whatever I could access. The key was focusing on skills that companies actually need and are willing to pay for. When you become really good at something valuable, you become irreplaceable. Think about it. If your company only gives 3% raises, but the market rate for your skills is 20% higher, you're leaving money on the table by staying put. Sometimes the best way to get a raise is to change jobs, not job hopping every 6 months, but making strategic moves every few years can dramatically increase your income. But what really changed the game for me was freelancing on the side. I started small, just a few hours on weekends helping local businesses with problems I knew how to solve. At first, it wasn't much, a few $100s here and there. But as I built a reputation and refined my approach, that side income grew. Some months it was just enough for dinner out. Other months it covered half my rent. The beauty of side income is that you can route it straight to investments without changing your lifestyle. You're already covering your basic expenses with your main job. So these extra earnings can go directly toward building wealth. I've seen friends do this with all kinds of skills: graphic design, writing, coding, home repairs, teaching music lessons, even dog walking. The specific hustle doesn't matter as much as finding something that works with your schedule and skills. And yes, it means some evenings and weekends aren't entirely free. But what if 2 years of that effort meant retiring 5 years earlier? Or having enough for a home down payment in half the time? That's the trade-off to consider. The third big wealth building accelerator is being smart about how you invest. When you're making $50,000 a year, you can't afford to lose money to unnecessary fees or missed opportunities. Let's talk about fees first, because this is something most people completely overlook. Imagine two friends who each invest $10,000. One picks a fancy investment with a 1% annual fee. The other chooses one with a 0.1% fee. That's just a 0.9% difference, right? Sounds tiny. But after 30 years, the first friend has paid almost $20,000 in fees, while the second has paid just $2,000. That's $18,000 more in the second person's pocket for making one better choice at the beginning. This is why I love index funds so much. They're basically the Costco of investing. You're buying in bulk at a discount. When you buy an S&P 500 index fund, you're getting tiny pieces of 500 big American companies in one simple purchase. No need to stress about picking winners and losers. Even Warren Buffett, yes, the guy worth over $100 billion, has told his trustees to put 90% of his wife's inheritance in these simple, low-cost index funds after he's gone. If it's good enough for Warren Buffett's family, it's probably good enough for us. Now, let's talk about retirement accounts, because they're seriously misunderstood. A 401k is just an account your employer offers that gives you tax breaks for saving for retirement. Think of it like a special box where you can put money that the government doesn't tax right away. Many employers will match what you put in, up to a certain amount. So if you put in $100 from your paycheck, they might add another $100 for free. That's an immediate 100% return on your money before it's even invested in anything. If your employer offers this match and you're not taking full advantage, you're literally leaving free money on the table. In 2025, you can put up to $23,500 into your 401k. Then there are IRAs, individual retirement accounts. These are retirement accounts you open yourself, not through your job. There are two main flavors. A traditional IRA works like a 401k. You don't pay taxes on the money now, but you'll pay taxes when you take it out in retirement. This is great if you think you're in a higher tax bracket now than you will be later. A Roth IRA flips this around. You pay taxes on the money now, but never again. All the growth and withdrawals in retirement are completely tax-free. This is amazing if you're young or in a lower tax bracket now than you expect to be later. You can put up to $7,000 per year in IRA in 2025. You actually can open an IRA today in about 10 minutes online, even if you've never invested before. Whether your goal is $10,000, $100,000, or even $1 million. The same principles apply. Start with what you have. Stay consistent, reinvest your returns, and make smart financial moves. The best part? Hitting each milestone gets easier as you go. Thanks for watching. If this video helped you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who could use these tips. Until next time, keep that snowball rolling.